We're smoking and everything.
Yeah, I know.
It's just one of those days. We live.
It is.
What's up? It is me. It is I. I am here. I am great. Wait. How do I mess this up all the times that we do this? Wait, I got something.
That's because you're not supposed to be doing it. Because it is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is.
That's what it
was.
The
greatest there was. And the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified.
Oh, I started him up.
Myself. Yes, Stoney, greatness. And we gotta get that back on. Yeah, we need that. And here we go. And I'm joined here by the man of the hour. The reason that the lights are on in this place. The man, the myth, the legend, the activist, the author, the conqueror, the actor, the entertainer.
Oh, wait.
Philanthropist.
Really? This is
educator.
This is long.
The innovator.
That's what he said.
The man. Show some respect and bend the knee. Because they come from all across the world to see. The man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. Second. He's in a pile of dirt.
Oh, God. You are dragging this out.
He's my king. He is King Kevyn!
It's an excitable crowd.
Give it to the man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let him know. Yes.
So we're going to jump right into this. We're not going to waste no time.
Yes.
What's up? Thank you guys for joining the GreatMines Show. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time we go live, you will get a notification and you can join in this conversation.
Yes.
We're recapping the fan game of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 8. There is a lot to be said, and we got it to say it.
Yes.
Now, so just so you guys know, typically when we do our show, Stoney and I have tons and tons and tons of conversation and deliberation about top queens and creating the structure for everything. This week, we're sharing that moment with you guys. You get to see how we break down all of our rankings and everything like that. And because I got something. Oh, y'all know by now. Season 8 of All Stars has been my most.
He's been on an emotional roller coaster.
And it is that because there's a lot of dips, but there's some really great highs in it too. So I will say that when we first heard the cast, I was very disappointed. By the end of the season, I'm not as disappointed as I thought I would be. I think for the most part, a lot of the girls that got sent home early because that's what was supposed to happen. Now, as much as I talk about the way the seasons have been rigged, and I got a theory for this episode as well.
Theory time.
So, I don't want to jump the gun. So I can't get to this theory yet, but when we get there, I'll remember. So, this episode was episode 11, and it was the fame game. And if you guys recall, back a couple of weeks when we saw the schedule, we was like, something doesn't fit. This doesn't make sense. We thought there was going to be some type of reunion, but Ru had in her mind.
Shantae.
Well, we'll get there. Which honestly, that should have happened already. But not double Shantae, but like there have been at least a queen or two that I would have saved from elimination.
Mm-hmm.
And in those situations, there should have been a double Shantae, Jessica Wilde. Anyway, with that being said, Ru brings all the girls back for the fame game. That was the missing week. And we see the episode open up with Jimbo and Candy Muse making it very clear and apparent that their alliance is no longer in effect. It's one girl against the other. And they have this little cat fight, which I thought was cute. I think, and I know it's a long shot, but I think for the finale, there should be a double elimination. I believe that. But let's talk about the girls that are here. So Rue introduces the girls to come back. From the first eliminated queen to Jessica Wilde, we have Monica Beverly Hills, we have Nisha Lopez, we have Mrs. Kasha Davis, we have Kahana James was before
Darian Lake.
Darian Lake, that's what I was forgetting. Darian Lake. It was Kahana first, right?
Yes.
Kahana, Lala. I'm missing something. James was after Lala?
No, you skipped over James.
Because James is so forgettable to me.
What? Stop it. Because James has those.
That's all James has. So I have this book called Grit, and it talks about how people discredit hard work. You know, we always flash the pretty talented people, but everyone doesn't have talent. But some people just have grit. They just have that I can move mountains with my determination. That's what grit is. Like there's some painters who aren't good at art, but they're good with math, and they can cut things off, geometry, all that good stuff, and make a nice little painting. So yeah, sometimes it's not about talent. Sometimes it is about, working hard. What James Mansfield has though ain't the same thing. That's not the same thing. I'm sorry. I don't get it. And you guys will understand what my rant's about when we get to it. Lala Ree, freaking Alexis Michelle, and then Jessica Wilde. All were sent home. And Rue opens the library so that the girls could read each other. I've been doing a whole lot of talking for the past 7 minutes, so I'm going to let Stoney get a word in here, and I'm going to interrupt him again at some point. So go ahead.
By all means, and then you got stuff. So yeah, the library was open, and it was fun because typically every season, whether it's an all-star season or a regular season, the library opens, and this all-star season we didn't get a reading challenge, and it just so happens that we got the reading challenge, the last mini challenge of the season. So it was fun to hear the girls, talk about each other and everything, and all the good fun. That's the thing with reading is that it's fundamental. Okay, so yeah.
Who would you say won that? Like RuPaul picked Mrs. Kasha Davis as the winner of that mini challenge, and she won $2,500. Congrats to the Davis household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, you
based
agree?
Off of what was shown, yeah, I thought.
Okay.
I thought Kasha Davis. It was either Kasha or Jimbo, one of the two, because Jimbo had some very good reads. Alexis Michelle's read of Candy Muse,
Okay, no, that's why
funny.
That's why freaking Kasha Davis win, because her impersonation of I keep ready to curse Jimbo of Candy, talking about how people look like their pets.
Tasmanian Devil. He's like Tasmanian Devil.
So funny. So yeah, she won.
So funny. Yeah.
And then RuPaul lets us know that all the girls from the Fame Game now has to put on a variety show, and they will be judged by this variety show. And she said the Fame Game is in full effect, which means that there will be 2 winners of the night, and they will have to lip sync against each other. And what happens after the lip sync is whoever wins the lip sync, they will go to this wheel of whatever, where you could double your fan vote. Yeah, pretty much. You can increase your fan vote by 2, by 3, or by 5, depending on where this random wheel stops. And I emphasize with italicized and quotation marks, random wheel spinning till you get to the which whatever you want to call it. Now, each of the girls come and they bring their talent. Monica Beverly Hills, once she pulled something out of her, she dusted something off from out of the closet, an old track that she had, and she performed to it. The judges, I feel this episode was very specific to be extremely nice to everybody. Even if their performance was mediocre, they were like, "Oh, I've seen your growth, blah 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 blah. I will give you that." I think the thing that plagues Monica Beverly Hills and this episode is what's plagued her in the first episode when she got eliminated, which plagues her back to her original season. I don't think that she really has that confidence in herself
to perform. Yeah,
Yeah, because she's a beautiful girl, and she identifies as trans, and not just as a drag performer, but she's also trans. Beautiful, if you ask me. I think her talent was good. I'm not gonna take it for what I could understand anyway, but it was good for what it was. It wasn't a showstopper. It was a weak opener. That's what I'll give her. It was a weak opener, followed by Naysha Lopez, who decided to flamingo. I enjoyed it. Wait, I'm doing all this talking. You got nothing?
Well,
I mean, I can keep going.
I mean, you said what,
but I'm talking about some moments.
You said what should have been said about Monica Beverly Hills. I don't have nothing because again, who ordered that?
Staying consistent.
So, Naysha, I thought was. See, my thing is that it takes a special queen to understand their silhouette all the time. And there was a couple of times in that performance where I lost the silhouette with Naysha.
Okay.
I lost the silhouette of this, sultry, Latin enchantress,
Now, this is going to sound kind of bad.
Entice me. And,
this part is going to sound bad culturally. I think that a lot of times, and I don't know if.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of here. Get out of here. That's
my gosh.
Sticky over here messing with Thor behind Stoney. Anyway.
Because it's Sticky. Jerk.
Over here messing with Thor.
Yeah.
I feel like, one, there's an expectation that comes from a place of ignorance when it comes down to American shows when someone displays a different culture. It's always beautiful to see when someone introduces their culture, but I think that it should, like, the people who help to produce it should understand it a little bit better, so that way they can give not because I don't think you should film everything the same way when it comes down to expressing different points of views, let alone cultures. I just feel like there was moments that felt a little empty to me.
Yeah, and in those moments, it kind of, like I said, the illusion dropped. Because of the
it just
way
felt
that
empty.
But it was also, I put it on Naysha too, because the way that there were certain poses that Naysha was doing that didn't lend to the female illusion a little bit. It was a little Latin boy in drag, you know what I mean, in certain things.
Yeah.
Dancing in high heels, and it was a great solid performance.
Well, let's also talk about
like
when Naysha enters the workroom. She was traded a season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Like, Kahana not traded a season. It's definitely Naysha.
No, Kahana's the power bottom of the season.
Yes.
But Naysha is definitely, because Naysha looks, oof.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a gorgeous man.
And I think a beautiful woman. I think that get you one that can do both. That's Naysha, honestly.
Yeah.
Following Naysha, we have Mrs. Kasha Davis, whose performance I felt fine. Lolly, what's up, cousin? I think when Mrs. Kasha Davis got on stage and started to perform, I finally felt like, okay, now we're in a show. It felt like a show to me then. Before that, it was like, okay, we warming up. Kasha Davis, we here. Now, Kasha is the oldest queen here. Maybe. I think Darian could be older. No? Okay, so Kasha's the oldest. And, she didn't have on heels. She had on these boots with these thick soles. I know that she can do it, but she wasn't a glamour queen. She was a little, dare I say, frumpy with her little march to the front with the dancers or whatever. But her message was awesome. I think her look was actually really cool. She went from having that black wig on to being bald to that big blue wig and butterfly wings behind her through the light. Like, I really enjoyed Mrs. Kasha Davis compared to a lot of the other queens.
I did. I enjoyed it. You really had to focus on what she was saying. I think that the execution of the song, overall production wise, could have been a little bit better. I found that her words were kind of, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
had to slow it down and really focus.
Well, let's talk about the fact that Kasha was rapping. Like that's another reason, or talk singing.
Yeah.
It was in her mind it was a rap, but she was talk singing and it was really fast.
Yes.
So and she was trying to fit a lot. So I get your point of view as well.
Right.
But she was still one of my most. I enjoyed her a lot more than.
It was a great performance. It was a great performance in flats.
Yeah. But you know,
is what it is. Then was it? We had Darian Lake afterwards, right?
Now let's talk about Darian Lake, because Darian makes me feel a little uncomfortable the way she walks sometimes. Like that, like when a person's just trying too hard to be feminine. I feel like she just does so much, but because of her, like the way her weight is distributed now, she can't really bounce herself properly.
Yeah, it does kind of look like she's walking very drunk Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, like all the time. Yeah. So either she's drunk or like maybe she's just like not used to the new shape or something.
Possibly.
But during her talent in the variety show, which was comedy, I really enjoyed her.
Yeah.
She was really funny. She stayed in her lane. She had a positive message with it. She walks like a oompa loompa. I was trying not to say it and be mean, but that's what little cousins are for. Shout out to my cousin Ty doing big things across the world.
Yeah,
love
taking over.
Love you, cousin. Yeah. You were killing it. We haven't had a chance to actually catch up, but yeah.
Round of applause to you. Great
job. So after Darian, how did you feel about Darian's performance?
I thought it was a solid little comedy set. You know,
she looked cute.
Like they said, self-deprecating humor is okay. I think that she should have definitely taken that opportunity to kind of do like a roast a bit, honestly. Like, you know, roast herself, but also roast the other queens. You know what I mean?
I think that would have been way more effective. Yeah. It'd have been because she's already funny, so it would have been funnier, and it would have involved other people. So when she's roasting herself, it wouldn't be so self-deprecating.
Right, exactly. Definitely would have came together a little bit, you know, better, in my opinion.
That's fine. Yeah, it's been going for a minute, not realizing
it.
Yeah. Then after Darian, like, who was it? James or Kahana? It was James.
James, yes. James.
That's right, because Katie sent James home.
Yes, James Mansfield then came and did a performance.
She was on stage and did something. There was movement involved.
It was a track called
She had on clothes.
Basically, where, you know, she had these big old...
She had on her breastplate.
You know, and the whole song was about, you know, basically like, you know, trying hard to, you know, but can't get nothing done. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, she has big old barangos. So I thought it was cute. I thought it was very cutesy and on par with the shtick that is James Mansfield. It is a part. That performance was a part of James Mansfield's shtick.
I wanted to read this the way I wrote it to Stoney when I watched the episode. Yes. James effectively told us that she has no talent. Her talent is a breastplate that she paid for.
And again, it's drag.
And right before her, we had a whole comedic set of someone with self-deprecation. So it's like the things that you can pick and choose to call drag is a wide variety of things. Yes. I get it.
That's why you can call this. You know what I mean? Because it was honestly stupid. It wasn't.
The thing for me is the level of competition. Now, James, if this was your talent and RuPaul liked it, or the other girls found it amusing, or the judges thought that it was cute or whatever, good for you. I didn't get it. So if I was on the judges panel, which I'm not, I would have definitely had something to say about it that wasn't so positive. And honestly, if I'm being fair, I'm hard on all of them.
Yes, as am I.
So
I just understand, again, James's shtick and her her, the character that is James Mansfield. I understand it. It is literally,
The other day, someone was talking to me
a-
about the fact that people are famous now for not having talent. That's all that needs to be said. Then we move on. Why are you looking at me like that?
Anyway, I thought it was cute, tongue in cheek, and very on brand for what James Mansfield is. It's my opinion.
I would have to say that that's and it's not like I don't understand camp or comedy. I get it. But her version of it, and she's not the only one on this season that I feel like their version of it, well, no. I just don't like hers. The other person is overrated. Anyway. Season 8's not going to win me.
All right. Bitter Betty over here.
Season 8 is not going to win me at all. I'm sorry.
Bitter
Betty. I do have the underdog story that I love to root for, but we didn't get there yet either. So let's move on.
Yes.
To Kahana Montrese.
Yes.
Who was a cheerleader. She even said how her cheerleading kind of helped her out to discover who she was, because she was able to go to her cheer coaches and come out, and they protected her and gave her community. That was all very beautiful. Her performance was nice. She looked nice. She did that little backflip and almost landed on her head, but she didn't.
Standing back tuck, yes.
And I felt like till that moment, that was the most electrifying performance on the stage. It was the most excitable moment on that stage up until then. For me. I don't think Stoney agreed with me much this episode, which is fine.
I thought it was very much a generic Kahana Montrese type of performance. Based off of what she had displayed throughout the season, I
agree with Ross Matthews when he said it was smart of you to lean into one of your strengths and show us who you were. It was way less Vegas showgirl to me than the typical Kahana.
It still had
because it sparkled. No, she gave me something different, and she didn't have to act. So you didn't like it? Is it mediocre?
No.
For you? How would you? No, you didn't like it?
No, I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I did. I enjoyed the performance. Okay?
You just don't think it was the best
performance. Yeah, no.
Whose would you say up until this point was the best? And if you say I want to smack you, if you say what I think you're about to say, I'm not going to smack you because I'm not violent, but I will definitely drench you. Hold on, let me drink this bottle of water first.
Honestly, I would have to say that thus far...
Say it. I dare you. Go ahead.
I was going to...
La 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 la.
Oh my gosh,
Oh. All right, you want me to say it?
No. The best so far for me was Miss Kasha Davis.
Thank you.
Followed by James Mansfield.
You just had to throw it in there, didn't you?
No, for real. It was followed by
But
James
we didn't
Mansfield.
say the top two.
But it's pretty close.
So you would think that it's Kasha, James, and then Kahana?
Yes, for me. Yes, for me personally. Yes. So but this is you're talking to a person who is actually who's my sisters were big time cheerleaders. I did for a little tiny bit.
Right. I mean, and you coach, so you're around that's part of your world.
It's a thing, and the standing back tuck was sloppy.
If you're looking at it on the technical sense,
a lot of things were sloppy, and you call yourself a cheerleader, like pointless things, like where her hands were in certain positions, it was sloppy.
So it's like this: when you hear somebody sing, and like, oh, they killed that, but then someone with a technical ear said, no, they were sharp, they were flat, that was the wrong key, that was sloppy. You gotta weigh. Well, not you don't have to, but I think that's a good way we are weighing this because I can see where you're on the technical side. If this is an all-star season, you're showing your talent,
right?
And if this is your talent, then do what you're supposed to do. So I will give you that. I'm coming from the person who is not skilled and technical and just enjoy watching her. She was shaking her butt. She was shaking her butt at one point, and I was all into that. Yes. So it was a good show for me.
Yes. I just thought that Mrs. Kasha Davis and to me James Mansfield performance were slightly more enjoyable. For me.
I would give that to Kasha more than James, but again, that's my own personal prejudice, and we can move on.
Yeah. Then we had we had Lala Ray next.
Yes,
we had Lala Ray next.
The showstopper. Now I can say my underdog story because I couldn't understand for the life of me the majority of the season why Lala Ray was even on the show.
Yes, again, when we did it, I was like, Lala Ray, who ordered this?
Because to that point, hey Mom,
he didn't.
To that point, the Lala Ray experience was not one that I wanted.
The referee didn't order this either.
We didn't want that. And again, that lasted throughout the majority of the season.
Yeah.
Like I would have kept Naisha before Lala.
Yeah. It was it's like ordering. It's like going to a restaurant and ordering a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But why Ty gonna say Miss Kasha Davis just gives me Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, I see.
That's accurate.
Yeah,
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But we had Lala Ray gets on stage and the things that I've always complained about her doing, she didn't do. Like she padded her body, her figure was literally on point.
It wasn't like
it was on point. She has room for improvement.
Yes, she has a lot of room for improvement because up at the top it's still boxy instead of curvy.
That's just her aesthetic, okay? That's a part of the Lala Ray experience.
The Lala Ray experience is sharp
it's boxy.
Shoulders.
Yes, everything you've seen her in. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I love you. Please don't hold it against me. Do you know who Miss Sophia is? All right. Miss Sophia is an Atlanta drag queen. She was on the radio show. Stop. She was on the radio show.
He's about to pull a Stoney and say something.
I really am. If he keep interrupting me, I'm gonna just stop the story. She actually, you remember that picture of I was in with Kenny Davenport? There was another drag queen in that picture.
Oh, okay, I don't.
Exactly. Now, Miss Sophia was recently on the Miss Pat show on BET as the judge.
Really?
Yeah. So if you guys are familiar with that, that's Miss Sophia.
Yeah.
I know, cousin, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm about to put this on the screen so y'all understand what he just said. And I did this on purpose because I said, I get it now. I get Miss Sophia's aesthetic. Her aesthetic is busted. Tell me I'm lying. Anybody who's ever followed her, even on the Miss Pat show, she was busted.
It's drag.
Right. That's her aesthetic. Like, not to make fun of her and nothing like that, but literally, if you go down her Instagram, she have on some shimmery lipstick and some unkempt wig, and she will perform like that. That's her aesthetic. So, Lala Ray having these boxy shoulders, that's a part of her aesthetic.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving her a lifeline. Leave me alone.
Yeah, give her a lifeline. But she really don't need it for this performance.
No, not this performance.
When I was sitting watching this performance, me and the better half of greatness, we were sitting there and we both looked at each other and was like, where was this all season?
All season.
Like, this is all-star quality. This is all-star caliber.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish she would have. If Lala Ray would have come out come into the workroom with that energy, that look,
like that energy was the same energy that she had during the Rusical. Like the Rusical performance was, like, if Candy didn't kill it the way that Candy only could, okay.
Somebody was hating on that. Somebody was hating on that performance too, because like Candy killed it, but there was people who actually did better. I think because Candy was so impressive that it was like, okay, y'all did good, but y'all gotta acknowledge she did better.
But
she did good.
Lala Ray was by far the second best to me. But and Jessica Wilds was great too.
Yeah.
But like it was between like her and
Kinda
Lala
smoke.
Ree for the second best. You know, I would give it to Lala Ree with that "Let's Go Joan." That thing was on point. Slap her. Like it was great.
Even in that performance, a lot of people don't give Kahana the credit for the choreography and the lip syncing that she had to do.
Yeah.
Even though that wasn't her style of drag,
Yeah,
she
no.
did something else, and that's kind of why she ended up where she did.
Mm-hmm.
But Lala Ree's performance in this, needless to say,
was better than that, and that Joan performance was amazing.
Yes.
This performance was absolutely amazing. Like this was like I would go and see Lala Ree
on the like if Lala Ree came to Philly, I'm going to that show. Sorry, Margaret, you know I love you too, but no, it ain't there no more.
Thumbs up.
Nope. Bye. Anyway, what's going on? Candy Muse only got it because they are. Let's put it on screen because they was already comparing that performance to the one she did on her season. Exactly. She did good. You can't take it away from her. She absolutely did good.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, Lala Ree did good too.
Yeah.
And I would agree. I would still give it to Candy for that performance.
Yes.
But Lala Ree is definitely a strong number two.
Like you're thinking about like when I think of the musical, I'm like, no more wire hangers. No. No. I gotta say no with a list like she does.
How do you say no with a list?
No.
After Lala Ree, we have Alexis Michelle.
Yeah.
Whose talent was singing live.
Now, look here. I may have an unpopular opinion about this.
Okay.
And I will stand 10 toes down on it. All right? We've had some duds and some doozies of some live performances where it was absolutely terrible.
Yes, we have.
You know, certain people let a little bit too loose, you know? And then we've had people like just be terrible.
Yeah.
Just singing live.
Yeah.
You know?
Some of our favorite queens too.
Yes. And I would say that one of our all-time favorite queens is on both sides of the fence with this live singing thing.
Yes, she is.
Because, like, but when I tell you that for me, that performance... Okay, all right. It was definitely more of a old school musical, you know.
It was in New York, Broadway, back in the day, showgirl.
To me, it hit the mark.
Boa.
To me, it hit the mark.
Now I can pick it apart.
And
I can pick that performance apart.
Yes. But I'm talking about me.
You want to give her credit first?
Me from a musical theater aspect. Okay?
Yeah.
Me from a musical theater aspect. That was a solid performance.
I would agree with you.
That was a solid performance, especially for singing live.
Her you know what? So here's my thing with that, like now the illusion,
the technical
right.
quality of the vocal performance. But speaking on a musical theater aspect of it, and just the overall, especially for the variety, you know, aspect of it.
All right, let me first let me say to Margaret, because she said the only one I think can sing live from RuPaul's Drag Race is Ginger Minj. I think that's a lie. Monet Exchange proved that she could. Jinx Monsoon definitely can.
Jinx.
Trixie Mattel has a living off of singing. So
Courtney Act, Adore Delano.
I didn't want to say the obvious ones, and those are the ones that we know of, right?
Juju B is on both sides of this.
Winner and loser
that I'm talking about, as far as being on.
I was talking about Monet Exchange
of best and worst live performance.
Monet Exchange, she was too.
Yeah, she was.
Because the second time she came back and did the opera, she killed that. So yeah, but Alexis Michelle, part of it is the illusion, I think, because I feel like you always look glamour. And I can appreciate it, and I'm not going to hold this against you too much, but it was just like, okay, this great, strong man voice coming out, this beautiful little lady. But aside from that, I will agree with you in terms of technicality vocally. You got to give it to her. She didn't do the frills and the tricks and stuff like that, but she was on point with it. Now, am I buying the apples that she was selling, as Ty said? No, I am not.
No.
Her look, as beautiful as her face was, The dress was a little sloppy for me.
It was just underwhelming.
It was
just underwhelming.
Over the top, she had like these rubies type diamonds over the top of the bra part or the shirt.
Apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The apples were the reveal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before she revealed, like there were like jewels over it. Right, because I was being a little bit more technical. After that, she had the boa, nice look, and she had like the same type of boa lining the bottom of the skirt or the dress. Again, I think that was a nice touch, but she must have run short of the boa because, like, right around where the connection comes, because it's a rip away. There's like a good 2 or 3 inches where there is no bow. It's just like the rubies that she used across the top. Mm-hmm. And it looked sloppy to me. So therefore, I'm like, I'm going to dock you for that. I appreciate the fact that she tried to do that split at the end. But again, it was just slops. It didn't hit home for me.
I would say it goes down as one of the more solid live vocal performances in Drag Race history. But it was just good. It was just solid. It was solid. Solid, middle of the road, safe. That's what it was. It was a safe performance, is what I said.
Right. I don't think any of them were bad. I wouldn't boo anybody off the stage from that performance. Mm-hmm. It's just some were less entertaining. Right. Hers was okay. You know how you go to those shows, those variety shows, and it's just that one you have to sit through because you really came to support somebody else and was surprised by other performances, but it's just like, okay. Right. They got a spot on the stage.
Then we had Jessica Wilde.
Exactly.
Jessica Wilde.
Jessica did an original song as well. Yes. This is something else that she dusted off from her closet.
Yes, she did.
And she made it feel new.
Yes.
She did a wonderful performance, like her dancing. Yes. Now, y'all got to understand that Jessica Wilde is probably the 3rd oldest in this competition.
Especially when it comes to like drag race wise.
I mean, she was from season 2, so she is the most senior drag race competitor on this season.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Let's talk about this. What do you think Heidi would have done? Now, of course, it's all hypothetical speculation.
Something soft and
supple. What's happening? That's what Heidi would have did. I think she probably would have did comedy.
Yeah.
I hope she would have done
probably
comedy.
Would have been whistling through the gap or something like that. Oh my gosh! If she has a talent to whistle a whole song like through the gap.
Because there are people who can do that.
I would.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Heidi, here's money.
So now Ru calls out who the top people are for the. I'm over here a little bit stunned right now. Superstar just walked in the door because I haven't seen a Superstar in a minute.
How y'all doing today?
Look at that. Guest star.
Stoney.
What's up, guy?
This the GreatMines Show. The greatest just popped up.
That's my son, y'all. Anyway, now we get to the point where Ru is about to say who the top winners are. And that one that you really enjoyed was in the top, aka.
You said that I really enjoyed it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, at the end, and you can verify this with Better Half of Greatness. At the end, I was like, okay, it's going to be Lala and Jessica. Lala and Jessica were the two that I thought did the best out of everybody. You know what I mean? Had the strongest performances out of everybody. And then I was expecting, if it wasn't going to be Jessica, it was going to be Lala and probably Kasha, because Kasha
that's how I would have. That's how I would have.
Challenge.
Yeah, and that's how I would have voted.
And on the outside chance, James would have been my 4th and final pick because no one else would have been, able to be paired with Lala Ree. Lala Ree was clearly had the best performance tonight.
Like she danced. She did an original song. She had the little spinny thing. Like that was a whole performance. Like when Heidi came out and performed, it was like, okay, I'm actually at a show. You came to show me what you came to do. Right. And Lala's performance was that. It's like, yeah, this is All Stars, baby. This is the variety show. If they did this in episode 4, she would have been on a different trajectory.
Right.
If you ask me.
Or episode 1.
Well, yeah. Well, Kahana won episode 1, so I don't know. I wouldn't say episode 1. It would have been nice, but yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean? Did it?
I don't think that it fares well for that person unless like they stay consistent, and I don't think that she would have been consistent for episode 1,
Right,
unfortunately.
But, Who knows?
So, like, all right. So we got some comments here. Rex is talking about Jessica's hair action. Definitely was a highlight, and I was about to say how old she was because though that back bend thing that she did at the end of that thing, man, you got to pay me a lot of money to do that. I can do it, but you have to pay me a lot for that one because that hurt. So, and the confetti, like I was in Jessica Wild World when she was on stage. Let's see what else do we have. Alexis is trash and threw everyone under the bus all season. You know, and this episode, you know, there was a moment where Lala and Alexis Michelle actually had a chance to talk. So they connected, and Alexis apologized, and she said she regretted her decision to send Lala home. Lala was honest that, yeah, it's okay, but I was upset with you, or whatever the case may be. So it was cool to see that. I don't know if I trust Alexis, though. I still wouldn't trust her, but I'm glad that they had that moment. Love Lala's performance and the ending with the fingers eat it up. Oh my gosh. Her performance was finger licking good. That's how I feel about that performance. Hey, sexy. I'm going through the comments, y'all. What's up? I can't say what I was going to say. You inbox me, sexy. Anyway, but RuPaul picks Lala Ree and James Mansfield to lip sync against each other, and they performed to Lady Gaga's song with Ariana Grande. What's the name of the song? Rain on Me?
Rain on me, rain,
I think that was an amazing song choice. I mean, it only goes up from here, honestly. It goes up from here. It really does. So, I think I made it very clear how I feel about James. But this performance, this lip sync, I think James, in the beginning of it, was doing what needed to be done. I feel on the other side, Lala Ree was doing what needed to be done. James looked over and said, "Oh, bitch, you're not going to outdo me." And she started to turn it up. So Lala started to turn it up. And then James like, "Oh, no, you're not going to outdo me. No, you're not." So she started to play with Lala Ree. And this is the part I love the most. Lala Ree started to play back. They gave a whole performance together, and I was thoroughly entertained by this lip sync. At the end of it, I was saying, like, I couldn't just pick one person. I would have to pick both of them. So at the end, RuPaul says, James Mansfield, Shantae, you stay, or whatever the words are for this. And I'm like, I can't be mad at that. As much as I wish it was Lala Ree, I can't be mad at James Mansfield because that performance actually showed me that you got a little bit of talent in you. And then RuPaul said, Lala Ree, you also a winner, baby. And now I'm like, that's only fair. That was one of the best dual lip syncs I think I've encountered. Not the best. Nothing's ever going to be Anitra and Marsha. But it's up there for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed that lip sync. And I agree with RuPaul's decisions at the end to let both of them win.
You've been doing this all day? Because it has to be this. Has to be this. Or this is a doppelganger. Invasion of the Body Snatchers has started. Cause this is her story right here. This is RuPaul Drag Race, her story right here. Because
I will always be fair. Regardless if I like a person or not, I will always be fair. If I have to, you look at the technicalities.
You enjoyed that lip sync?
Yes.
Huh.
I know. I'm shocked too.
I am. I also, and the crazy
but when
thing
you
is,
pick it apart,
saw it the way that I saw it, because I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I did. Good. I enjoyed it. you know, contrary to, you know, what they discussed on the pit stop. Shout out to Bianca and Simone. Oh my God, Simone, I love you. But like, yeah, like, you know, they didn't like the interaction and stuff like that. I thought it was great. I thought it fit with the performance. Everything felt natural.
It did.
It felt like they were having fun. I enjoyed it.
Right. Like, they had fun. I had fun watching them have fun.
RuPaul. The king has agreed with the queen finally.
Because y'all know that don't happen often.
No.
Especially this season. I'm surprised I'm still watching the show.
Y'all are the most disagreeable royals besides that one time where the king was gay and all that. Weird.
So now Bruno appears off in the corner somewhere with this
let's talk
big
about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We will talk about Bruno.
So
we will.
He had on these cute, shiny, tight underwear and stuff, winking at me through the camera and stuff.
Oh well, well, you know, I mean, we at least saw one thing wink. We don't.
What
know
you thought I was talking about?
If anything else was winking.
Let's stop. It's so inappropriate. Mom's watching. So the idea here is Bruno's going to give the wheel a tug, and it will randomly stop on a 2, a 3, or a 5. Wait, Wild Rex said no, he's winking at him, not me. Anyway, so
he's winking at me, Rex. Actually,
I think, and there's no way to prove me wrong per se, but I think that those numbers were rigged. It was rigged for James to get to be doubled with her fan vote, and I think it was rigged for Lala to have 3. The way things worked and the excitement of the guessing of what's going to happen. I also think that this is giving them a chance in the game, because Ru could have easily picked Jessica Wilde to win because she deserved it. Kasha Davis could have won this, and it could have helped her too. I think that this was just an opportunity for Ru to be charitable, because I think James Mansfield sucks.
And we're back. So, you know, it was fun watching that moment of civility.
Hey, I tried.
Yes,
I really tried.
Yes,
it's hard. No, it's not. I don't care.
So, Fame Game is active. I think for a
literally
few more
right
hours
now. So
right
it
now.
Closes midnight Pacific time.
So you can go. So that's 3 a.m. our time. So you have until 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Did you vote yet?
To vote. I have voted.
I voted. Would you reveal your vote?
So my vote, because you can vote up to 10
times per device.
Yes,
per
email. Per email.
Email and Facebook.
Yes. So I voted.
I got like 10 of them.
I have a bunch of emails. I voted with 2 thus far. And I voted the same way twice thus far. And I gave 6 votes to, or no, I gave 5 votes to Jessica Wilde. I gave 3 votes to Lala Ree. And I gave 2 votes to James Mansfield.
So I only voted 6 times so far. I voted 4 times for Lala Ree and 2 times for Jessica Wilde. Because I feel like Jessica got this in the bag, and I do want to give Lala a fighting chance because I think she deserves it. So that's how I voted. And let's see. I see Rex said he's already voted. You guys, if you watch the show, if you're fans of the show and you want to, put your opinion in, y'all let us know in the comments if you voted, who you voted for or not. We'll just see if, like, when the next episode comes up and we see who wins, see if the person we voted for won.
Yeah.
So that's going to be excited all in real time. I like it. Something we did not talk about was Candy Muse and and Jimbo, because they did participate in a variety show. They just weren't competing, so they finished the show off, and then after Jessica Wilde, Candy comes up, and she does a lip sync, and it's what we see all the time, and we clapped, and Jimbo came out. When Jimbo came out,
here's my candy face.
Jimbo came out with a very Marie Antoinette vibe, the big poofy dress thing, but very bustier, the high hair. We're still talking about Candy, I see.
I'm doing all my candy faces. You know, this is my enticing but yet surprised look. Like.
Why?
And then this is my vulnerable look. I have a
Can we? Because Candy.
My intense look.
So Jimbo comes out, and Jimbo's not one of those queens to do good with lip syncing. So it's kind of like.
Now, this is my passionately looking into his eyes look. All inspired by Candy music.
Okay. So Jimbo comes out. She's not the girl to lip sync. She's not the girl to dance, but she is a clown, and she's giving like sexy clown. Yeah, y'all. I'm really trying to ignore him. So she walks up to this little table. She walks up to this little table, and then she opens her hair and pulls out a little glass of ice cream and sits it on the table. And then she finagles something out her backside, pulls out a banana. And then she takes off like what looks like a raw bustier type thing, and she sprinkles like nuts and stuff onto the banana and ice cream. We see where we're going with this. Then she unzips a little flap in the front and puts the cherry on top. And then she unscrews her nipples and sprays a whole bunch of whipped cream all over it. Now, to the fact that she has me talking, because for me, Candy Muse was an introduction and we're on to Jimbo. So Jimbo gave me enough to talk about. She made sure that every element of her performance was going to be attention grabbing. Yeah. Like, what's she going to do next? Where's she going with this? Me personally, y'all know I'm not the biggest Jimbo fan, but when I have to be fair, I have to be fair. And again, this is not judging it on the competition level, just basing it off of, hey, this was a good performance, this wasn't a good performance, blah, 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 blah. Jimbo was very good. I still think she's overrated, but she's very good. She knows what I think the reason why she wins so much is because she knows what she's doing. She's calculated. She takes into consideration who her audience is, which I always think any performer needs to do that. Like, if you're performing, you want to know who your audience is so you can reach them. And Jimbo knows that RuPaul's sitting across from her, and that RuPaul likes this kooky stuff. And there's also elements of something that James can't say that she has, as talent. So, again, though she's not my favorite queen by far, this was one of the better performances of the night, if you ask me.
Jimbo deserves the crown. She deserves the crown. Like, she's earned it. I'm excited to look for it.
Swing B! Inbox.
But yeah, she deserves the crown. This is going to be, a fun finale. I can't wait to see it. And see what they have in stored. We
will see who wins the Fame game next week. We will have RuPaul made a note to say that this is the first time in RuPaul's history, Drag Race history, that there's only 2 finalists
going into the finale.
And they're literally still doing. Yeah. They're still competing and stuff. So it's fun to see it.
It's typically been 3, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's doing something new.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see who's going to win the Fame game,
and you're excited for Jimbo to win.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Do you think there's a chance that she won't?
Yeah.
Realistically?
Yeah.
Based on a
RuPaul.
lip sync?
Based on RuPaul.
Jimbo's going to win. I don't know who she is, but she got my vote.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Look in the top one.
But yeah, no. I think that's the case.
So, just trolling, but it excited me on the pit stop. Bianca Del Rio and Simone said that they were vying to be on the next All Stars All Winners so they can come for Sasha Velour. So, I think that it would be wonderful if the next All Stars All Winner season we got some. And that's something that we're going to do another breakdown on. We got so many breakdowns to do, but it's going to be good.
Yes, our off-season show.
Who we want to be our top.
Yeah, we're going to do an All Winners season. You know, cast the All Winners All Star season. We got hosts. You know, to consider from all other franchises.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
So maybe we should do like an All-Star season and All-Stars All-Winner season.
All-Stars All-Winners and then an All-Stars.
And this is our fan casting.
Right, where we have All-Stars versus host.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, that's going to be a franchise of its own.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Y'all are the greatest fans in the world. Get it?
Love you. I'll talk to you.
I'll be back on Tuesday.
He gets it. That man understands the movement. He's the future of America, and it's bright because he already understands the greatness doctrine. It's amazing. It's amazing when it just hits the youth.
Anyway, so we got a lot to look forward to from our off-season shows. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're focused on this prize. We're almost there to crown Jimbo.
Yes.
In the meantime, if you guys have not already, this is a great opportunity for you guys to do me a big old favor. Go over to that link right here. Wait, I gotta point this way. Down there.
Yep, it's over there now.
God.
Right now. I'm pointing right at the link. I am pointing right at the see?
I always appreciate you guys' support. Don't go there.
Go there to get this. Go there to get this. Get this. It's awesome. Go there.
Oh, Lord.
To get this.
And we back. Thank you guys so much for joining us in this conversation. It's been fun. If you haven't already on our YouTube, go and subscribe, like, continue to comment, share this with people, and turn on notifications so that way you'll get a notification the next time we're going live, which will be next Sunday.
Yes.
For the finale.
I know, right?
It's almost over.
I know. So, yeah. I know. It is.
Who am I going to talk trash about now?
A lot of people.
Okay, I'm happy again.
So, yeah.
Do you want to say anything to the people?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cody.
To little Princess Greatness Cody.
You know something interesting?
5 today.
Guess whose birthday is today as well? C. Page.
Oh. Happy birthday.
I spoke to him earlier. Happy birthday to my bro, C. Page. There's a lot of birthdays around now. So happy birthday to Cancer season.
Yeah, Cancer season. Yeah, she turns 5 today, but I'm so excited for her.
Oh.
You know, and everything, and I love my little baby girl. So make sure y'all say happy birthday to Cody.
She came on set last week. Last week she was with us on set.
She was here.
So, all right. Well, happy birthday, Cody. Happy birthday, C. Page.
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell the people?
Yes. Hey, Viacom, if y'all watching this now, give us a goddamn check.
Right.
We could do this for y'all, and we got people here all engaged.
Happy birthday to Rex's
make
brother.
Y'all money. Happy birthday, Rex's brother. Yeah. So, stop striking us and give us a job. Viacom and RuPaul and WoW. Yeah, I'm calling you out too. Mm-hmm. All right? Hey, reach back, help us out. Reach back, RuPaul. Yeah. So, make us the pit stop crew. You know, where we pop in and talk about stuff a little bit with the people on the pit stop and shoot the shit. It'll be entertaining. Look at this. This is gold. This is gold.
You seem angry.
I am angry. Always striking us for nothing, and we helping y'all out.
Don't be that angry guy.
Anyway.
No.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.
Good night.